Hello everyone, my name is Saady Chohan and today I'm going to share some insights on resume creation. This video is not limited to only quantity surveyors, construction professionals, it's for everybody regardless of which industry you belong. Construction, IT, or any other sales or any other industry. So make sure you gain the maximum knowledge, insights from this video, and when I'm giving the insights, make sure you watch this video with patience. You have the notebook and the pen to note down the points and you just follow. So watch this video with patience. This video is not going to be in a line or in a sequence that you can go at the end and you just by the conclusion you will get everything. I will just look at the resume. I will share the insights. So make sure you watch, you understand the aspects. Now before we begin, let me share a fact and you can verify by Google search as well. Whenever we submit a resume, HR spends 6 to 8 seconds. Let me repeat, 6 to 8 seconds only on each resume before they make the initial selection. We know it's not enough. And what can help us to stand out? Of course, our experience, our education, our skills and expertise matter, but the first thing in a first impression is your structure, your layout, the font, the color, your picture. This thing is the one that can help you to stand out. And then they're going to read and they will analyze what you have done and how good you are as per the requirement. And I have reviewed many resume. I know so many people struggle. Even if you have a best resume, still there is something to update. So today I will share my opinion. Of course, feel free to ignore, feel free to skip. You don't need to agree 100%, but this is based on my experience. I have the connections worldwide. I have the friends, I mean, from different countries. They're working in different industries. I have seen their resume and I was part of the hiring departments once and I was at the stage where I submit my resume. So I have seen from both sides what are the aspects. So my experience can really create an impact in somebody's resume or in their struggle. So make sure you follow with patience. Now coming back to the topic, in this video I will cover several things. One, I will update the resume step by step live so you can relate like how I usually update the resume and how you can follow it. So make sure when I'm updating the resume, you should open your resume on the other side and you make sure, do you have this mistake? If not, okay, you're good to go, and then we can go for the second one. So you can follow this video parallelly. Open this video in mobile and open your resume in your laptop or computer and then follow step by step. So you have to have the patience while watching this video. It's going to be a long, but you will learn a lot from this video. Secondly, I will review few resume. I have few resume, so I will give some comments on that. So it will also help you to learn. And third, I will share the sample resume that you see on the screen right now. Don't rush, you will get the resume. If you watch this video with patience, you know how to get that. It seems very simple, but I know I have reviewed many resume. I know 50% of people are not even able to have this simple and basic resume. So let's just begin. First of all, thanks to all those people who shared resume. A few days before I mentioned on social media that I need few resume. So many people shared the resume. Thanks to all of them for participating in this initiative. I received many, but I just shortlisted few people. Once again, all the comments that I'm going to give, it's my opinion. So if you're one of those people, don't feel bad. These comments are just to help you learn. Okay, I respect everybody has a different way of representing themselves. So now see this resume. We'll proceed with this resume, Muhammad Sarfraz Nawaz. I will update this resume and then we can relate how we can enhance it. I have another resume. This is very well structured. I have no idea about his experience unless I read, but it's very well structured. You can see here the font is same all over the place. The headings are good. So it's easy to, understand and read. And then I have another resume. I think still there is something to work on because font is not consistent. The font is different here, the font is different here, it is different here, and I'm sure it's different. Somewhere it's capital, somewhere it's lower. So there is something to enhance in this resume as well. I will share the comments. I will try. I'm sure both person has a good experience. They are best in their domain, but we lack in presentation. So it is never too late to learn. Then I have another resume. Here we go. So this person, there's no picture. This is the first comment. I'm not able to relate this with this person. Maybe he's best, but I'm not able to relate. So I recommend to have a picture. Well, I will start with this resume, and step by step I will show you you know the things that I should update, and you should have your resume beside, and you should follow the same strategies. First thing, at the very first thing that you need to know is keeping the same fonts style. So whatever the font is here, make sure at the bottom font is the same. Of course, in a heading we can have a different font, different color, but keep the things consistent. So make sure you don't use a different font here, and down it's a different font and different size. Make everything align. And I believe this font is also not same. I know I'm half blind, I wear specs, but still these font are not same. So this is what I was saying, like font style and color, keep it consistent, because see, these are the small thing. I'm sure if I will keep as it is, HR is not going to hire him or discard his resume just because of this one line. But when we give our best attention to detail, it make a difference. So the viewer, the reader can relate that this person give his best in his own resume. So these things create a difference. It gives the good impression that how much efforts he's giving in his work, in his presentation, in his resume. So these small things matter. So I will simply change the color. Okay, so first instruction is make sure the font is same, the color is same. I'm not talking about headings. Of course, heading we can have a different color, it's fine, but whatever the font is here, make sure it's aligned, it looks good. And size is also same. The standard size, do not go less than 10 and do not go more than 12 in the body. In the heading it's fine, you can go for 14, 13, it's fine. But some people, they just because they want to have it in one resume, let me just see if in this resume the font is, it's not even same size. So the font is 11, it's okay. The font is 11, it's okay. Yeah, 11 is fine. So make sure your font is not less than 10. Let it be readable. So font is okay. First comment is done. You all know that. Second thing is, it's again related to font. I will forgot mentioning the points 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure how many points I'm going to mention. Let's just evaluate, but make sure you should note all the points. Second thing is the font style. There are some fonts that are available in the latest Microsoft Word, but maybe it's not available in an older version. So it looks creative, it looks stylish, but what if second person is not able to read those? So it may show in another format. So why not to have it boring, basic, but at least we guarantee that next person is going to read. I know why we choose a stylish font, but still boring is better. At least we guarantee the next person is going to read. It happens a lot. I know many resume when I received, the font was not what other person used. So make sure the font you use, it's the boring one, I mean, but the basic one that other person can see. So this is okay. Now coming back to the third point, and very important. When we look at the resume as an HR as an example, just imagine yourself at the position of HR, and you see at the resume and you see here which title. Resume is good, but what exactly this person is claiming. Is he claiming a mechanical engineer because it's mentioned here? Or maybe he's claiming to be a quantity surveyor. Whatever you want to claim, make sure you mention clearly on the top. I'm not saying it should be here, but make sure you mention somewhere clearly whatever you're seeking for. So if it's a quantity surveyor, go ahead. Or maybe I haven't read his resume in detail, but it seems HVAC, plumbing, and yeah, mechanical engineering. So even he can work as a mechanical engineer as well. So why not to mention that? Why keep it as limited to quantity surveyor? Maybe the HR, they have another vacancy for you as well. So why not to mention that? And another insight, some people mention, I'm sure this person is experienced, but some people they mention quantity surveyor. Maybe they are fresh graduate and you are claiming to be a quantity surveyor. It's too early to claim that title. So why not to mention here assistant, or maybe as an example junior mechanical engineer or something. So make sure whatever you claim, because if you say you're a quantity surveyor and then at the bottom HR says you do not have experience, maybe you have experience of 3 to 4 months, so whatever you claim, it is not covering the requirement, so they will ignore. There's so many reasons. Some people say we are applying and we are being ignored just because you are not claiming what you are capable of. So make sure you claim properly. Maybe internally, maybe placement, whatever you want. So if you are at the early stage of your career, make sure you mention that title. So I will remove this one. And of course, this person Muhammad Sarfraz Nawaz can update the resume. I will just focus on enhancement. So third point, if it's third, uh, the position that you're claiming, make sure it's mentioned clearly. Two positions are good, you can mention accordingly. The fourth point is email should be here, phone number is okay, LinkedIn is here, but I'm not sure from where this person is. Maybe he has a Dubai mobile number, of course 971 is UAE, but maybe he's in Abu Dhabi, maybe he's in Sharjah or somewhere else, or maybe this person is moved to another country but he still use the old number. So it's very important to mention the address. So I'm sure he mentioned the address somewhere else at the bottom, but it's better to mention here on the top here. So LinkedIn address, and then you don't need to mention your street number, your town and all, but just the city, area and country. And if you can add some icons here, it can enhance the visibility and it will look good. So, and then here just little bit alignment. So if I were there, I will sorry I will keep it in that manner. And it's also possible when I'm giving and I'm sharing some insights, I make a mistake. So it's fine. That's how we learn from each other. So if you find out something better, feel free to share the comments. And then the mobile number, I would like to keep it more presentable, maybe in this format. So it's more easy to read. If he's trying to call, there's less chances for mistake. So keep it simple. Then just to keep it everything is aligned, because it's blue and black, I prefer to have it all properly in same color. So I will just change the color. Still the link is there, so link is not removed. So just change the color. Here we go. It look better. If you like, you can change the you can just bold. Okay, so it's the fourth thing where we mention the important thing: email address, mobile number. Another thing that is important is it's a picture. Picture is already there, so we do not have any comment. So fourth is we end our four comment here. Fifth is picture. So make sure you have a professional looking picture, front facing. Some people extend the size, do not extend the size, normal size. I think it's best for the picture. It is okay. Now, in a summary, I'm sure this person write based on his experience. Some people just copy and paste. I'm not judging him, but I cannot spend time reading his summary and all of these things, especially when we have AI. So why not to take advantage? I have a doubt. Let me see the font here. It's 10 and it's 11. It's not suggested. This is what I was saying. Keep everything aligned. So this is okay. Now I will save as well. This is important. Summary. So I was talking about summary, that maybe we made a spelling mistake, grammar mistake, and it's not very structured. So we have a AI, so why not to take advantage? So I will copy. I'm sure you heard about Chat GPT. So you can, it's a free tool, so you can use this. check grammar. I don't think so. We need that. Okay, let's keep it as this guy wanted. So before you copy paste, make sure you read, because sometimes ChatGPT, because it's AI, it's not human or not the best variant, but still read it. If you're not satisfied, you can regenerate. But if you're okay, just copy. If you don't know how to use the ChatGPT, find some videos on Google. I'm sure you will find the best video. It's a free tool. Just log in by your Gmail and then just use it. So if you want to check the grammar, if you want to rewrite or something, there are many ways to have the maximum. Okay, so we have the summary ready. Of course, once again, I haven't read, but the concerned person, whoever is preparing the resume, they can read and make sure the grammar and everything is ready. So, or good to go. So, summary is okay. That's another point, that we should use the correct grammar. That is done. Now we're talking about experience. Many people ask, or even while you are preparing your resume, you might have a question: should you mention the experience on the top, uh, education on the top? There is no one answer, and it is also important to understand this. There is no one standard answer that fit everybody's requirement. You need to mention the top whatever can create an impact. If you have studied in a top ranked university, go ahead, mention on the top your university and your degree, and if you have done masters and bachelor, mention on the top. But if you know you have worked in a company for several years and it can create an impact, so go with the experience. So you need to start, because when somebody is reading, they have many resume and there is a high competition as well. So make sure you mention on the top whatever can create an impact. So in this case, experience is fine if this person is like to go with experience. When we talk about experience, so of course I'm not sure about the experience. The detail is mentioned clearly. So the person knows better whatever the responsibilities or activities he used to do or when he was working there. But what are the things that is important to mention? The company name. It seems simple because you are saying it right now, but make sure you have the company name and you have the location of the company as well where you are working. So this person mentioned already the company name and the city and country where he's working, duration, designation, and the project, which is good if you work on a several projects or a type of project: residential, commercial, hospital, jail, school. So make sure you mention all of those things. If you have something, so why not to mention it? So this is a good thing. I haven't read the other profile in detail, but if you are preparing your resume and if you get a chance to work, so make sure as a next comment mention what kind of project you were working, even if it's few, but still mention that. So it's all okay here. um I think just because he has extra lines, so anyways it will come there, but I will prefer to have one experience in one page, just to look more better. So if something we can do, maybe we can mention this: designation, quantity surveyor, where he work, HVAC and plumbing, and then something like that. And I hope I cover the requirement. So sometimes these small things can make a difference. And if it's too bold, everything is bold here, I can just keep it as simple. And this is okay. It depends person to person how somebody like it, but keep it simple. Job responsibilities are here. And right now all the modification that I'm doing is on the existing resume. If I'll start from scratch, I may choose the different template and I may go in another direction. So right now my insights, my suggestions on the existing resume. So how can I update this resume, staying in the limit, not adding extra function, not adding different color. So I'm trying myself to be limited. And also, doesn't matter which format you work, the insights are same, the strategies, the mistakes, the spelling, structure, these things are same for everybody. So when it comes to experience, make sure you mention the duration you work, your position clearly, your company name clearly, the projects you're working, and the responsibility. And make sure you check by the chat GPT or by other tool the spellings are correct. I'm not going to spend time reading it each line, but you should write based on your experience and based on your responsibilities there. Then coming to the second experience, this is what I was saying. Now I know it's from India, but if somebody else is reading and he do not have the knowledge where this country or city belongs, so make sure you mention clearly where you worked. So you worked several months in India, and then you worked few months or few years from 19 to 24. So you work in Dubai. So let it be clear, be transparent. So I know it's not your intention to hide something, but you need to be clear how long you walk. So this is the thing. And then if you mention the responsibilities there and project there, why not to mention down as well? Let's keep everything in a same layout. So mention here job responsibilities, and we'll keep it in the same format as we did it there. So everything is aligned. Maybe we can just keep it like that. Okay, so it's all same sequence. Once again, these small thing, attention to detail, create a difference. It shows a reader that you spend some time crafting your resume. We can talk about declaration at the end, but the next thing was experience. After the professional summary, it's okay, good to go. Now we'll talk about skills and education. There's no structure. Should you mention the skills on the top or education on the top? Once again, the thing that can create a difference, you need to mention on the top. And if it's a skill, I'm not sure if it's a soft skills or technical skills or software skills. It's all mixed. You see, it's a software, and then estimation and tending is a technical skills, effective communication is a soft skills. So I have no doubt that he's best in his domain. But what I really recommend to mention the skills in their own category. If it's a soft skill, we need to mention the soft skill like communication, like a punctual, like team leading. It's all soft skills, I believe. And even you can Google for better understanding. Quantity takeoff, tendering, procurement. These are the technical skills, including the software as well. So make sure you mention accordingly. Then small thing, which is we need to make it as a capital character, uppercase. It's all should be aligned. So what we can do here, we can mention technical skills. I can start with soft skill as well, but technical skills can create a difference here because he's a technical person. So when somebody is reading it, they should know in a one go how much he's capable of. So I will take his experience. I will mention here temporary. I'll keep it here. We can adjust it and we can see where we can place the experience, sorry, education. But let's just focus on a technical skill. So in a technical skill, quantity takeoff and costing. Let me just copy and paste this down. Soft skills. Okay, so quantification. So quantity takeoff and costing, it's a technical skill. So let's keep it here. Estimation, tendering, of course. I'm not sure about this person knowledge and experience, so he knows better how to describe himself. So maybe he can mention MEP because it's clearly mentioned here. So he can mention here MEP, quantity takeoff to be more specific, or something else. So make sure you mention all the technical things. Knowledge in building services, effective communication skills, it's a soft skill, so I will remove from here, we'll use it there. Strong teamwork, dependable and reliable. No, in all of this I think we can mention separately. So right now we are in a skills section, so in this case we should mention it separately. I think instead of Microsoft Word and Excel, we can mention Microsoft Office. It's better. Of course, there are so many Microsoft tools are there, but basics are Word, Excel, PowerPoint. So if you know all of them, it's better to mention this one. But PlanSwift is the bigger software in a quantity swing industry. So let's just mention on the top, like whatever the maximum you can mention, PlanSwift software. And I'm sure most of the people, they know AutoCAD as well, but this person forgot to mention the AutoCAD. And then if you know the Revit software as well, I will not suggest you to mention something you are not sure of, you never use, but if you know, make sure to mention. uh, and also the person knows better, but here it's mentioned preparing bill of quantity. So why not to mention here clearly, because here we are claiming the technical skills, so in one go uh, the reader can see. And also important thing, nowadays there are softwares, there are filters that can help the HR to identify the best candidate. So there are different tools for that. So the more keywords you mention, it will help you to prepare, it will help you to select. So BOQ. So you mentioned the bill of quantities are mentioned there, but it's you should mention this here. So I think, of course, I'm keeping myself to limited whatever this person knows and how we can enhance his resume, staying in the limit. So I will just keep it up here. Technical skills I mentioned. Now soft skills. So let's talk about soft skills. If you don't know what are the soft skills, let's just ask ChatGPT. We have AI, so why to worry? List all the soft skills. So sometime we have those skills, but maybe we are not able to conclude, we are not able to mention it on resume. So if you can see here, you are good at negotiation skill, but you forgot to mention. Yeah, you remember you were part of those team where you did your best and you negotiate the project, or maybe leadership or time management, problem solving, teamwork. So why not to mention those things if you have? And even Google, you will find many. I will not suggest you to lie, but if you have those things, ask yourself and then mention it. So I will just mention here, okay, firstly I will remove that. Effective communication, these are already skills, so no need to mention that skill again and again. Strong team, instead of worker I will mention strong team player. Dependable and reliable, okay, everybody knows their best. So if you know, I think, what else, if you think critical thinking, problem solving, okay, I will go with the problem solving. I believe most of the quantity surveyor, they have this. And then maybe negotiation skill, I'll go with that. um, and then creativity, once again you know yourself better, so you can go accordingly. Oops, I'll copy, come here, and then we can update. So problem solving is one, negotiation skill, creativity, okay, I think we are good. So soft skills you mentioned clearly. And then even if you wanna, some people prefer to mention technical skills separate, software separate, and soft skills separate. So even if you like to go in that manner, you're free to adopt that approach. So we have mentioned the skills, it's also okay, it's done. Let's see what are the other thing that this person mentioned. So he mentioned the course's name as well. So we need to mention that. Now, I have limited space, so what I can do, I can mention the courses here. So let me just copy this professional course. So if you have some certification, you know better wherever you want to place it. So just mention the professional courses and then their name. I think HVAC designing is done from Arabian Infotech Dubai, so it's not a course. And this course is done from here, so I will remove this as well. I'm just assuming it, I could be wrong as well. So you need to mention your course. So mention all your courses that you have done. If you have, as an example, if you have done some PlanSwift course, PlanSwift certification, and then if you have done some Autodesk, of course, it's very big to claim because Autodesk has many software. So AutoCAD Professional. So mention that. And also, if you are not sure from where to do some courses, so there's so many courses, there's so many platform. Connect with LinkedIn at LinkedIn and see what other people have done and from where they have done. So maybe you can do the same. Okay, now the next point is about education. So, education we can fit here as well, but it will not be enough. So, I think it's better if we just mention the education here. Once again, it depends based on the scenario. Maybe you have a different condition, but try to understand the aspect why I'm making this selection. If I will mention this one, uh, because the space is not enough, this is the main thing, and I don't want to just mix everything and it's hard to read, so it's better to have a proper space. It's just a two-page resume, so it's fine. Maybe on the top, so heading is, this is the font that, so what we can do here, education. Okay, education is fine. Then we have to mention the all the things. So let's see, font size, let's keep it 11. Okay, and then heading is in the same place, it's aligned. Let's just align this as well. Bachelor's, bachelor's in mechanical engineering. I hope we are covering everything. University name, and then where is this university? So it's here. So mechanical engineering we have mentioned. Then high school. So what I can do, I can copy the same layout, so keep everything consistent. Then I'll just change. Well, that's my approach. You don't need to follow it 100%. That's my approach. That's how I work. So we can just change this one. One thing that I can say that Surprise has better percentage than mine. I mean in the school. Okay, so we have the bachelor's, we have the high school. If you have a master's, similarly, you can find a space on the top to mention the master's as well. We can see, so after the heading we had one space, same thing after the heading we have one space. So education is okay. After the education I mentioned, I suggest we should have a reference. If we don't have a reference, like we never work somewhere, so maybe we can use a reference of our professor. Maybe if we work somewhere, then reference of our previous company manager. So make sure you mention the reference. So I'll just use the same style of heading, reference. And did we mention colon after? No, he didn't choose that. I recommend to mention colons. Okay, so you can mention the name of the person. So let's say we can use this one. He was working before in this company. So let's say if this company, International Electromechanical Manager, agree to give a reference, so he should mention project manager at, and then we will just assume right now his name is Muhammad Ali and his mobile number is, like, this is enough. Two reference are enough, so reference is important to mention. And then declaration, I don't think so it's like required. Whatever you mention, even if you don't declare, when you mention it on your resume and when you share with somebody, it's very obvious that you take the responsibility. But it's okay if you like to mention, so we can come back later again. So reference is okay, we have mentioned the reference. Then we need to make sure that everything is aligned. Yeah, we can see here it's aligned. Now coming back to this point, what to mention here, I will not keep it empty. So what else we have? What is that? Profile. I think it's more of a personal information, but what else? He has a languages. So maybe we can occupy this space with the language and the residency type. This is important because maybe you are in a country you do not have a residency work permit, and maybe you are out of the country. So it's very important as equal as skills. So we can mention here languages maybe. Well, I'm trying to just, occupy this space. I will not keep it blank as well. And personal information, I decided to mention here. So we can mention languages. There are different approaches. So he knows English, Hindi, Tamil, and all of those languages. Once again, as I mentioned, I can even mention in one line, or I can just buy the space. So language is there. Then I think next I can mention if he has a driving license, he can mention that. If he has some other site license to visit the site, some license, he can mention that. But if not, then maybe he can mention what else? Yeah, work permit. So let's just mention. So I'll mention work permit, Dubai valid work permit till this date, or maybe if you're on a visit visa, so you can mention that as well. So make sure you mention the valid information. If you're on a visit visa, your visa is valid for 3 months, you mention that. So it's easy for decision makers to know that if you have only 1 week left, so they can give you the priority, so they can call you for the interview early because they know you have only 1 week, so why not to give you the preference. So make sure you mention that clearly. Then another thing that is very important and it's not mentioned here, that is availability. When are you willing to join the company? If you're working somewhere and they have a condition that you cannot leave before 90 days, you need to inform the decision makers, right? So maybe they call you for the interview and they need immediate. So anyways, you have a conflict here. So it's important. Maybe you're on a visit visa and you can join the company immediately, and the next company is only preferring the candidate who are immediately available. So by mentioning that can increase your chances. So it's very important. So if I were there, anyways I have a space, so I will occupy. So I'll mention here, I hope the spellings are correct, immediately available. Okay, so we occupy the space, the thing that I wanted, because layout is the first thing. We have the space. What I can do is just adjust a little bit. So we have the technical skills, we have soft skill, professional course, languages, work permit, availability, all of those things mentioned. So first page is okay, so we don't need to worry here according to me. Of course, if you have a better suggestion, go accordingly. Now we need to, education is also okay. The best suggestion that I always give, whenever you need to judge your resume, that is it best or not, always zoom out and see it from the far. Because when we are so close, we think that's the best. Wow, it looked good. We are never able to judge properly. So always look from far. This is the best way to place to judge yourself. And now you can see here why we have extra space here. Make sure you have the proper spacing and all of those things. So spacing is okay. You can see here the spacing is different, and here the spacing type is different. Well, there are many ways you can remove the space from here, and then maybe several strategies. At then main is you should achieve the result. And here I think the spacing is it's fine, it looks okay. So from here we can see the professional summary, work experience, education, reference, declaration, it's okay. Now we need to fix the profile. So we don't need that, I can delete it. Let's just focus here. Still I have few insights to share with you. So we can say personal information. Now name we have already mentioned, so I don't think so we need to mention the name again. Then date of birth, it's fine to mention your age, your gender, your nationality, religion. It's all okay. Even some people have a different opinion about mentioning the status. Father name, okay if you like to mention. It's a personal choice if somebody like to mention, but we don't really need to mention these details because main is you need to mention about yourself. So, and I could be wrong as well, but that's my opinion. Okay, so personal detail, even I think now just because we have 4 lines, I believe we can even fix, we can fit it here as well. So we will see if we can. I think we can fit here. So what I will do, so something is wrong here. I think this is the space, so we can adjust. So maybe I can mention the work permit inside the personal information. So I can remove from here. It totally depend on scenario to scenario. One solution is never for everybody. So I'll keep it here temporary, and then we can just bring it down. So how to judge ourselves, as I suggested before, we can zoom out. So I will just align a little bit. So I have a problem here. Although it's a small thing, but still, as I mentioned, the small things create a difference. So I'll prefer to have it aligned. So I just move a little bit here. So now it's okay. Make sure you don't have extra spaces in the beginning. Sometimes we have it. So it's okay. Just because these are not the bullet points, so I remove the bullet point from the start. I could be wrong, but that's how I think it seems okay. So this is all okay. First page is 100% ready. We don't even need this space anymore. I I would delete this, and then Mohammed Sarfraz Nawaz, we don't need the name here. So I removed this because it was not required. I can use a different approach as well. There could be different strategy as well, but we don't need that space anymore. I notice sometimes people mention their passport number and ID card number in personal information. So if you are one of them, don't do that. It's not required to mention that. So just remove it. Okay. Now we need to save this file. I strongly recommend that when we submit or when we save the final version, save it in a PDF. The reason is to keep the layout aligned, because sometime, as I mentioned earlier, if somebody else open in a different layout, different format, different version, so they may not able to see the same layout. So the best way to verify is if you can convert it into PDF. So there are different PDF reader. You can see which one you have. If not, Qt PDF is free to download. You can download, and the page layout is letter. Let me see if it's A4. You see something now? So imagine if somebody print your CV in A4. This is what he's going to see. Are you okay with that? This is what the thing that I was mentioning. So make sure you convert into PDF. When you convert, even if you print again, it will keep it in the same format. We should use this approach in the beginning before we started crafting a resume, that we should decide the layout. If you can always prepare your resume in A4, I think most of the people, we have the A4 printer, so it's better. Use the A4 format. It's also one of the comment. I have given many comments. If you have kept the pen and the notebook, I'm sure you have a list of comments. So make sure it's A4. But just because it's not A4, and I'm not going to fix again, so the quick solution is I will just print into PDF. So it will hold and it will stick the same format. Now I can mention, this is also a comment, that always mention your name and also the resume beside, because if I'm an HR and I'm looking at your resume, you just mention Sarfraz or maybe 5 6 or date or something. It will be difficult for me to later on, what is this document and why I have saved this resume. So make sure you mention properly Sarfraz QS resume. I think this is the best way to save the name, and this is one of the commands. Save your file, do not add anything else, date or 2 or 4, keep it as it is. So this is one of the command that I give oftenly. You already have that. Now I would like to give another comment here. Now I have so many resume here. Imagine if these are the candidate. As an HR, I selected some candidate, and these are the candidate that I'm going to call tomorrow or maybe after some time. So how I will start calling people? I will open the first resume and I will give him a call. But if it's a line So who got the priority? Avas, just because his name starts with A. So a small tip, just because you have watched this video till till very last, and only there are very few people, I know some people skip, they know that they have got everything, so you're only one of the few people who reach till point. So let me show you the best trick. So whenever you save the file, save your file as 00 dot this one. Now you're on the first. Even if somebody saved the file as 0 or something, you are going to be on the top. So if they select and keep the candidate in one folder, you are on the top. So the day they're going to call, they're going to call you. Small thing, but you deserve it because you watched till the very end. So great. I'm sure you will love this strategy. Now if I'll open this file, and the format is okay, I'm okay with the format. I can see even if they print, it's okay. So this is the quick review or insights that I can give. Now what I will do, I will open it beside. So have a look now. On the right side, this is the resume that I just updated with the help of all of you, of course. And the left side, the resume that he has prepared. His resume was already well structured. I just enhance it. There's no credit to me. He has already done all the efforts. I just help you to understand how to enhance the resume. So you can see the structure that is different. The color that was 2 colors extra, it's changed. The font color that is on the top, it's updated. Before it was scale, now it's a technical skills clearly mentioned. Education, it's in the bottom. So soft skills are mentioned, professional courses are mentioned, the language, and even availability, it was not there before, it's mentioned clearly. So these are the things that we updated. We have updated his professional summary as well. We have mentioned his address as well. We go at the bottom, and then you can see we remove extra column from here on the right side. Education is here just because we were not able to find the space there. We added reference, this was missing. Declaration, as I mentioned, it's not like the thing that you should do, like it's not compulsory, but it's okay if you want to mention, there's no harm. Anyways, he has a space, so it's okay. So that's all. That's the small enhancement. And as I promise, I'll just share this resume directly with this person. He's connected with me on a LinkedIn. Overall, I just helped Sarfraz to have the better version of his resume. He already spent time, crafted his resume very well. I just enhanced the resume by giving some insights and valuable information. So I believe if you have followed this video from start to end, and if you follow all of those instructions, you can even craft your resume in a better version. So that's all. I hope I have covered everything. And as I promised, the sample resume, this one, it will be shared with you. If you just send me the message on LinkedIn, I will share it with you. Just send me the message request for sample resume and I will share it with you. I have other resume as well that I promised to share inside, but I think if you follow those strategies, it's the same comments for them as well. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you really like the video, don't forget to share with your colleagues as well. Don't forget to share your valuable feedback in the comments. And if you really like, I can maybe create more tutorials in the future. So that's it guys. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.